Good afternoon. I'm just going to give you guys a quick update. You're going to be excited for this. A lot of you guys have been like waiting for me to mold this. Okay, so first of all, yesterday I said that I was going to fix the lips, and I did. The lips are now right. See if you can take a look at it, if I can keep it steady enough to where you can actually see that. All right, now I have the flashback mask on the big screen. See those flashback? See it? Now it's not perfectly like the flashback, and I know this, but it's not too far off from it. They're pretty close, very close. The lower lip has been worked on, and it has that little dip from the little part in the middle, that little here and the bump ups here. The shape's there. Everything's on the money. See it? Okay, with that being said, this thing is ready for molding. All right. So what I'm going to do is tonight, later on, I got my board here, and I'm going to take that sculpture, and I'm going to put it on top of my board on this table here. I got to go to Home Depot real quick and get a canvas and put it down underneath of here, just so it doesn't, I don't get stone all over it. Now there's plastic down here. This is for my my chair, so it's one of those computer plastic things. So my carpet never really got damaged underneath of here, which is good. But I want to put a piece of canvas underneath of the table because of the crack that's between the two, just in case any of the stone gets sloppy and it drips down or something. I don't want it to go onto the floor. So I'm going to put a piece of canvas over the whole thing. And I'm going to mold the back half of this thing first tonight. First, I got to do the ears. And I'm going to put this over here, and I'm going to be live doing this whole thing tonight. I'm probably, because I'm doing this in the house and I'm nice and comfortable, I'm going to be able to do both halves of the mold tonight. I'm going to do it all at once and let it cure for a couple of days before I try and pry it open. Yeah, I'm going to try and do it all tonight. It'll be really cool. It's going to be a long video, but I'll get the entire mold done tonight. That'll be awesome. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to mold this tonight. And here's the setup. Just so you don't, I don't know who's on with me, but thanks for joining. And I'm going to mold this in my studio tonight. I need to do it in here anyway, because in the winter months, I don't want to wait till spring every year. I have to be able to figure out a way to do the molds in the house. So this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it in this way. All right, now you've seen this part of it. And now I'm going to take you on the side of that, outside on my porch, where I set up a table with my clean water and my dirty water. And you see the burlap that's right here? This burlap, well, I cut up two big, chunks of it into small 5x5 pieces of burlap, and that's soaking in my dirty water bucket. And I'll show you that right now outside. So when I get up and down mixing my batch of plaster, I'm going to be mixing it outside this door here. I won't take you outside for that. I will do one batch to show you how to sift it into the bucket, so you can see how you bring it up to saturation and everything. So I set up a table out here. All right, the burlap soaking, I always keep my burlap. I cut my little 5x5 pieces of burlap, not to be exact, but you cut these pieces up, and you want to make sure that you got plenty of burlap for both sides of the head. All right, and I keep them and I pre-soak them in the bucket. This is the dirty water bucket. This is the clean water. So in other words, I take my little bucket here, right, and I fill it up to about, let me see, my measurement here. I go between, right in the middle, between 32 and 16 ounces, which is roughly about 24 ounces. All right, yeah, about, let me see, where does that fall? Yep. It's about 24 ounces. between 32 and 16. If you split that in half, you got 24. So between that mark, that's right between, is where I fill the water up to. And I use the clean water in this bucket here to put into my plaster bucket. Then what I do is I come over here, and here's where my plaster is. All right. On this one, this is Ultra Cal 30, and this one here is dental plaster. And what I'll do is I'll take 1 scoop of dental plaster. Well, first I'll do 1 scoop of the Ultra Cal 30, and I'll put it in the bucket right here. I'll sift it into the water, 24 ounces of water that's in there. I'll sift it in there. Then I'll take 1 scoop of the dental plaster and put it in there. And you don't mix it. You just sift it in there, and you just bring it up until it's even with the surface of the water, the 24 ounces of water. And so it's usually going to come down to 3 or 4 scoops of Ultra Cal 30 and only 1 scoop of the dental plaster. All I'm trying to do is strengthen my plaster and make it a little more dense. This dental plaster is 18,000 psi, very strong stuff. It's a lot stronger than the Ultra Cal 30, and Ultra Cal 30 is pretty strong. So all I have to do now is I have everything set up on my table. The other thing, the reason why you always want to work out of buckets is because you do not want to get plaster near your plumbing at all. Always work out of your buckets, because if you get plaster down into your pipes, forget it. They're ruined. They'll be gone for those. You'll be calling a plumber out, and they're going to have to replace piping and everything else. So when I clean my bucket out and my brushes, I do it in this bucket where the burlap is, and most of that cement or what do you call it, Ultra Cal, will fall to the bottom of the bucket, and this will stay floating at the top. And this I usually just use for the clean water. And this is cold water. It's only 50 degrees out, 52, 53 degrees out here right now. So this water is pretty cold. And I'll scoop the bucket until I get the right amount of water in there. And I'll take from there. And I always have my hose here too. So if I need to add a little more water to this, I do. So the key is, the reason why I work out of buckets is because number one, you don't want your plumbing getting damaged. So never wash your brushes out or anything in your sink, in any of your sinks. So, because it will destroy your plumbing. So going forward, I've got to go to Home Depot right now. I've got to go get the tarp, and I got to get a couple scooping little buckets. They're little containers, and I put them in both stones. And then I'm going to come back. I'm going to rearrange my lights. I'm going to have the sculpture, I'm going to move it over here to this table, and I'm going to do the back half of the mold first, and then I'm going to do the front half. But I'm going to put the lights on each side of the table so it's really facing down on it, and I can really see everything I'm doing in here. So I'm going to jump off of here, and I will see you tonight, later on tonight. What was that? What the hell was that? Something's stuck in here. What the hell was that? I'm not even sure why this door's not shutting. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I guess nothing. I don't know what it was. All right, guys. Yeah, I'll be live tonight doing the mold. It's going to be a long video, so prepare for that. If you guys are out, if you guys want to join me later on for the whole mold process, you're going to see the entire thing. Yeah, I'm going to finish this whole mold tonight. I want to get it done. I'll do the clay earring, and I'll do the put the clay on the ears and everything. And it'll all happen right here. So we should be good. I'll have to Vaseline that tabletop up a little bit so the plaster doesn't stick to it if it falls off. And I also Vaseline the armature up real good too, except for right underneath the neck because I got to put clay on there. So I'll vase up both halves of the armature, and you know, don't need to Vaseline the metal because the metal and stone won't stick together. So no matter what you do, it'll come right off no matter what. So once I take the flashing off, I'll be able to Vaseline up the wall that'll be behind this. So it's going to be nice. It's really going to be good. You're gonna be a little surprised, and I'm looking forward to doing this because I'll be able to do it in the comfort of my chair, not out on that porch, battling with wind, cold air, and so on and so forth. I'm going to have to do this indoors anyway, so I've got to figure out a way to do this and not have my studio destroyed. I don't think you can destroy it much more than it is. Look at this chaos in here. I mean, the only clear spot I had was where my chair's sitting, where I'm at right now, and where this table was. I had this area cleared out, but man, oh man, this is torture. So yeah, this is the actual screen used mask that's on my computer right here, and I got it from the video from the movie, and that's how I know that my lips are very close to what that looks like right there. See? All right, so they're really, really close. So that'll be nice. This is going to be a nice sculpture. You guys are going to really enjoy this mask. If you're lucky enough to get one, this mask is going to be really good. You're going to love it. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do the flashback mask because I don't like the way the eye cuts are on it as much as I do my own here. My thought is, why do the flashback? You have the 78. 78 is what they were trying to replicate with that flashback, and this is close enough to the 78 that I'm good with it. Why change it? And you have the flashback lips, and that's pretty accurate to what the original Captain Kirk mask was, because I can show you pictures of that later on when I come back on tonight to show you that these lips that are on here right now pretty much match that Captain Kirk mask. And that's what he used. Come on, the guy that sculpted the flashback mask. Come on, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I want to say the actor Courtney. No, it's not him. Come on. Anyway, you guys know who he is. He sculpted this mask, and he used, I think, a lot of the Shatner, especially in the lips. I definitely think he mimicked the Shatner look. So that's what I figured. You know what? Let's just do the 78. And why do the flashback? You'll be able to get this paint. Maybe I'll paint it to look like the flashback, but I'm not going to sculpt the flashback. So you'll be able to get 3 masks out of this sculpture right here. There'll be the 1978 paint job. You'll have the 1981 Halloween 2 paint job. And then you can get the flashback paint job. Yeah, that's pretty much how I'm going to do this. And then when I'm done, when I demold this, probably in the next couple of days, I'm going to start sculpting on this right away after I get this mask done for my brother. Hopefully I can get it done in time for Halloween now that I'm doing it in the house. I think I can, because I can get it all done in one day, the whole mold. So if I do the whole mold tonight and get the whole thing molded, I should be able to get him a mask in time for Halloween. And then I'm going to jump right on sculpting this into the H40. And then after I demold that in a couple of weeks, I'm going to go right to doing the kills, all from this sculpture. I'm not changing the sculpture, shape of the eyes, or anything. Just sticking to this original sculpture here. This is what we're using. So what do you guys think of the lips? And, looks pretty good, I think. I think we're right, we're so close to that. On the sculpture, the lip, my lip doesn't quite dip down as low as his over here. I don't like that. It didn't look good on this sculpture for some reason. I don't know if it's just the way the shape of the face was, but that particular thing, I tried that. I tried doing that dip down a little lower on this sculpture. It didn't look right. It looks good down. It looks really like, looks good the way it is. So we are going to mold this sucker tonight, and I think I'm going to get the whole job done. I'm going to get the whole thing done. So we've got the lips. Now pay attention to the lower lip, mainly on the original sculpt here, the flashback. Now look at my lower lip. We are on the money, baby. Looks good. Yep. All right, guys. I will be back later on tonight, and you guys come join me. And it's going to be a long night because we're going to mold the whole thing. We're going to get the whole thing done in one video. Hi, who is this? Thank you. I appreciate that. They're not, oh, they're not perfect. This is a night creeper 78. It's close. Took me 2 years to get to this point, to get it to where it looks this good. I'm just, I can see a little bit of difference. You see how, like in here, the lip dips down just a little bit lower right here. Mine's not quite as low, but I tried to do that same thing. I mean, it's not that far off, but I tried to do the same thing on this side on my sculpture. It didn't quite look right. So, especially from the profile look at it, when you're looking at it from the profile. So I lessened that dip a little bit, and it just absolutely made it look great. And I'm happy with it. I'm good with it. You got the air bubble in the corner of the mouth, just like the mask here, or the flashback mask. This is the screen used flashback mask. All right, so, you know, I pretty much used the same mouth as the screen used, and everything else is a little bit different. There's different elements to my sculpture that that I have taken from all different versions of the of Michael Myers mask, and a little bit of the Shatner, a little bit of the flashback, a little bit of the poster art of Halloween 4 and 5. That's a lot of the eyebrows, is what that's supposed to, that's where the eye cuts and the eyebrows are the poster art. Yeah, so that's just, and it's my own version of the Michael Myers. So if you guys love this mask, hopefully it, turns out like dynamite, and we're going to get everybody to start getting it. I'm going to start doing giveaways. Once I get to the pass, I want to get all the masks, all the master molds done, and all the, this way I'm ready for production. Then when I can just do just masks, when I can just make the masks and sell them, and give them, I'll do giveaways. I'm gonna do all kinds of stuff with the channels. I'm gonna do a Patreon. I've been avoiding doing that because I just don't have the time to really do anything on the Patreon. I'm going to do like a Patreon channel. You guys sign up for Patreon. When I do the giveaways, you're going to automatically be every month. If I do once a month giveaway mask, maybe once every month and a half, 2 months, I don't know. Just got to figure that out because of the money that's involved with giving away a mask. Product. I'm hoping that Patreon, I get enough people on Patreon to help pay for the materials. So this way I can give away the masks. I can do giveaways. And that's what I want to do. I'm going to do drawings, and every month and a half or so, there's going to be a mask given away. You automatically, if you're a Patreon supporter, you're going to automatically be put into that bucket every month. You'll be given a number, and I'm going to do what Nick Mulpagano is doing. I'm sorry, Nick. I'm going to use your ideas, and I'm going to, it's a compliment, and I'm not hiding the idea. I just think it's a really cool idea, and then give away the mask. I'm not trying to make money on that. Just trying to give back to you guys being so supportive. And then when you're a Patreon subscriber, you'll be able to, you're automatically thrown into that bucket every time I do a giveaway. Your name goes into that bucket. So you're always going to have a chance of winning one of these masks. You know. So that's what I plan on doing with Patreon. And this way you're automatically in. It doesn't mean other people that are watching the channel can't get in on it. I'm just probably going to do something to, hey, if you guess this, you're automatically in for a chance at winning a mask. If you can maybe do a trivia question or whatever, and it has to be fast. This way you don't have time to look things up. You know what I mean? And I'll make sure that my trivia questions aren't something that's just like like yesterday. I tried to get try to get people to guess who made this mask, and that's not an easy find out. You can't just look it up to find out who made that mask. And it's a knife wielder, and it was made in 2001. It's an old mask, and I bought it from a guy named Ezra at what was the name of his custom? Oh, come on. I can't think of the name of the company. Every time I do that with him, I forget the name of his company. But anyway, ask questions like that. If you can identify that mask, who made this mask, that kind of thing. It's not something you're going to be able to look on your phone. Those kind of questions. But if you're already in Patreon and you're supporting my channel and you're chipping in $1 a month or $5 a month or $10 a month, you're automatically listed. That's what I want to do. I'm going to make it so you're automatically put into the pale of drawing. When we go to draw, I'm gonna make. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hollow out one of these pumpkins, and I'm going to get some kind of some kind of balls or something, and just put numbers on them, and then everybody gets assigned a number, and I'll write it on the list, and we'll drop your ball into the bucket, slosh it around, and I like that thing Nick Mulpagano was doing where he was, his mask is called 13, so he was doing this thing with the drawing where he was eliminating for 13 days. He would eliminate people every day. He'd pull a ball out, and whatever that number was assigned to whoever was on the list, you would get eliminated. All right, for 13 days he did that, and then whoever was left in the bucket, he did the twirl around, and on the 13th day he pulled the winning person out of the bucket, and it was cool. I like that. It was a really cool idea. I like that. I like that concept. So I might steal that concept, and I'm going to let Nick know first. I will reach out to him and tell him I loved it so much that I want to use it. I want to get his permission. If he doesn't want me to do it, then I won't do it. I'll do something else. But I do really like that. I thought it was so cool. Clever. Very clever. So hats off to Nick Mulpagano for that. Very clever way to do a drawing. But mine's called the 78, not the 13. It's actually called the Night Creeper 78. So we don't want to do it for 78 days, do we? I'll have to figure, maybe we'll do it 8 days instead of 13. We'll do 8 days of eliminating people out of the bucket. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I think that's cool. That's a cool concept. Maybe we just won't do that. I don't know. I just have to figure it out. I got to reach out for his permission first, though. I don't want to do it without his permission. But anyway, guys, I'm already just jabbering about 24 minutes. I need to run to Home Depot, get everything set up, get this mold. I got to pick this thing up, got to pick this sucker up and put it on the table. I got to mix up the batch. I'm going to do it all on video so you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to bring the camera out and hold it by hand as I'm sifting. Actually, maybe no, I got the tripod. I can take the wire out with me. And this way you can see me mixing it into the bucket, the mortar. So anyway, guys, let me jump off of here so I can go get my my canvas that I need to put down on the floor so I don't destroy my floor, just to be on the safe side. And then we're gonna get busy. We're gonna mold this sucker tonight. Can't wait. All right, see you guys tonight. All right, probably a couple hours. I'm going to probably eat dinner first before I get into this. So I don't know what time it is. I wish I knew what time it is. Yes, you will see me later. It just says hi. I don't know. Is that your name? Hi? I guess. Yeah, I guess it's called hi. So you will see me later on tonight, probably 7:30ish. 7:30. I'll start, and it'll be a late night. It's going to be a late night, but we're going to get this sucker done. We are going to get it done, and this way everybody knows how to mold a sculpture. You know, those who have asked to show them how to do this. All right, guys. So let me bounce because I have to go get the stuff that I need to get this ball rolling. All right, and I'll be back later on tonight. I'm looking 7:30ish. That's where I'm aiming for. Maybe a little sooner, maybe a little later, but right around that area. Okay? I'll see you when I get back. Bye-bye.